Hey, welcome to another Tiny World Community AMA. It's me, Adam, the CMO. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Just let me know in the chat if the audio isn't very clear, and I will sort it out. It's my first time streaming to YouTube, so please bear with me. But yes, today we are going to go through, obviously, all about Tinymon. We've got quite a lot to go through in terms of, mechanics, use cases, everything like this. Cheers, Hyper. Let me just move my head over here somewhere. Maybe there. I think it's better over here. Okay, great. So I think we can jump pretty much straight into it. Usually I have a bit of an introduction for for the live streams, but today I'm sort of playing it by ear and winging it. So let's get started. So Tinymon, the brand new NFTs in Tiny World. So firstly, how do you get Tinymon? Well, as most of you in the chat will know, we had a pre-sale for the Genesis Tinymon. Now, the Genesis Tinymon, it will just let me load it up. The Genesis Tinymon have really good advantages. I think it's been well documented that the costs for breeding is 20% less with Genesis Tinymon. And of course, they have a better chance to get strong mutations when they do breed. So I'll explain that to a little bit in a little bit for you guys alongside the white paper. So we can get a good reference of that. Just want to quickly check the chat. It's so funny. Usually when I stream on Binance Live, the chat is not, it doesn't come up here, whereas actually it's coming up. Yes, Duraka, I got my red hat on. Of course, Tinymon are released, Hyper. You know that. Sarcasm. Absolute sarcasm. I don't know what's gone on there. Right, cool. Perfect. I've got a lot of beer. About, what, 60 cents? I don't even know how much Binance US dollars I've got currently. I got nothing there. I don't think I got any in game either. I think I took it all out. Anyway, we're talking about Tinymon. So Tinymon, yeah, the first way you're going to be able to get your hands on Tinymon was obviously through purchasing in the pre-sale. However, you can also purchase them on the marketplace. So if you don't have a Tinymon already, the only way that you'll be able to get a Tinymon is if you buy one from the marketplace. So let's talk you through the marketplace a little bit. Obviously, we have all of the filters up here. So if you want to check any Tinymon that have already breeded, then you can click on this tab here and it will tell you. And if you click it off, it will just show you every single Tinymon. Okay. If you were specifically searching for Tinymon that have bred more times. Of course, they've only just been released and there's a 7-day cool off, so there won't be any that have bred 4 or 5 times yet. But you can also put this slider the other way around and you can check if there is any Tinymon that haven't bred yet at all. So as you can see, I'll slide that count down to 0, and that will show me every single Tinymon that has not actually bred yet, like so. Okay, so in terms of the other filters, you can filter by element. So if you're like Duraku and you like the dark ones, you can just click on the dark and it will show you all of our black looking Tinymons there. Of course, the other filters we have, the time, the price and the power. So of course, if you're looking for stronger Tinymon, then you can check the power in a decreasing. The higher the power, the better the traits are. But yeah, we'll go into a little bit more detail as we go through. Duraku, I can't see what these emojis are that you're sending, but I can log into YouTube. Duraku, I can't see what these emojis are. That's not good. Oh, it looks like little fishies laughing. Dark team is the worst in your opinion. You don't even know what the elements do yet. So I don't think dark. I think this will all come out a little bit later. It will come out with new gameplay about the elements. Okay, so of course you can filter by origin, which is Genesis Tinymon, or just by Tinymon, or just by the eggs. Okay. So if you just wanted to take your chance and purchase an egg, then search for eggs. I don't know if there's any on the marketplace currently. Doesn't seem like there is. So anyway, that's a bit of an introduction to the marketplace. There's going to be some refinement done for the filters and stuff like that for you guys. But of course, most of you might already have your Genesis Tinymon. So I'm going to click over to my NFTs and talk you through, sort of the mechanics and the stats that you can see on your Tinymon page. The blue Tinymon are not ugly. Look, I've got, how many? I've got 5, I think, blue ones. This blue one is my best one. Blue one, they all look great anyway. We just know you like the dark side, Duraku. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual Tinymon card. So in the top left-hand corner, you will see the number. So this will be the number of which Tinymon it is. So all of the Genesis Tinymon will have numbers 1 to 8,000. And then all subsequent Tinymon minted after that or bred after that will go up by 1. So if there's been 2,000 bred Tinymons after the release, that 2,000th one will be number 10,000. Of course, if it's a Genesis Tinymon, it will have this origin tag underneath the number. So that's one way to determine that. You have the power figure. So the power figure is determined by the traits. So each trait will have a different random number that can be attached for the power. And I'll explain that on the white paper soon. Then you can see how many times your Tinymon has bred here. Obviously, you can see your cute little Tinymon in the middle, and you can see all the different traits, just the colors of what they are. So, with green being the lowest tier, then blue, then purple, then orange, and then red. Okay, and then also it will tell you where your Tinymon is. So if it's idle, it will just be idle. It could be farming, or it can be in Tiny Kingdom also. So let's click on a Tinymon. I think I'm going to go across to my best one. A Fashion Week event. Rafe, thank you. We'll send you some Discord Tiny Coin. Maybe Duraku, you can just note down everyone that's joined the chat, and you can and then we can send them the Tiny Coin as well. The Discord Tiny Coin. Discord Tiny Coin has no value. It has no value. Oh, you want me to sell you this for $20? No way, mate. Not a chance. They're my babies. I think I've sold one Tinymon so far. Okay, so let's click on to this Tinymon and we can go through exactly what is here on this screen. Okay, so currently I've bred it, so it has a breeding cooldown of 7 days. I think all of you know this. And of course, if you want to understand a little bit more about how the breeding works, you have a bit of a basic rule here. We're going to go into a bit more detail on the white paper about breeding because it is probably the most complex part to this. Then we have the power. So the power figure determines how much of the weighted average spirit rewards you will get from the farm. This tells you how much breed count you have, and if you hover over it, it will tell you what the next breeding cost will be. And this shows you the element. Okay, now before we go into the body parts, you can also check the parents. Okay, so if it is a Genesis Tinymon, the parents will just be an egg. But if you've bred a Tinymon, then it will show you the parents here. So you can see, because obviously you cannot breed siblings together or related Tinymons together. So it's important to know what the parents are. And of course, I haven't sold it. It hasn't been sold. So there's no sale history at all. Let me just come and check the comments. Nice hat. Thanks. It's not actually mine. It's my daughter's. It barely fits. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it off. It's going to be stuck there until after Christmas. I can try to send it top left. It doesn't really, there's not too many options about moving where my cam is. I got that. I got that. I got that. Or I've got, let me try again. Give me 1 second. Might allow me to just move it. No, it doesn't allow me to move it. So it's in the way down here, so let me just move it. Oh, it has. It has. Oh, top left. Where have I gone? What's happened? Move up here. No. No, it's not good. It won't let me move. It won't let me move, my man. Let me move it across to the left-hand side at the bottom for now. Perfect. Okay, so traits. Let's talk about traits. So Hyper in the comments, I've passed him across all the traits because he's making a nice breeding calculator for us. So, we have an actual list of all the traits. So look forward to him completing that over the next couple of days. Thank you very much, Hyper. But let's talk about, what you're looking for when you get your traits. Okay, so the traits, I think it's probably better right now that I am. Let me share the white paper as well, so we can talk about it in a bit more detail. Why are you going so slow? My computer starts running really slowly. I need more power. Okay. Just waiting for this to load, and then I can share my screen over to the white paper. It takes too long. It's so long. I'm the most impatient guy. Right. Show. Please. Blue is not ugly. Okay. Finally able to share my screen here. Let's go to Tinymon NFTs. Because I think the breeding is quite complex, and so are the traits as well. So I just want to sort of go through these a little bit more. So as you know, the traits are sort of green, you have blue, you have purple, you have orange, and then you have red. Okay. I might have to go onto this part. So we're going to talk about traits, then we'll talk about sort of breeding and mutations and stuff like this, and then we'll move on. Perfect. Okay, so this is the part that I want. Okay, so for traits, of course, you have eyes, tails, collars, and ears, and they will all be unlocked currently. And then you also have paws, and you have markings. Okay, these are currently locked. These will be able to be unlocked. Okay, they'll be unlocked through evolution. Evolution will work in a very similar way to NFT upgrading, like Tiny Hero upgrading, where you'll need to consume lower quality Tinymons to upgrade and evolve your Tinymons. Once you evolve them, then you'll be able to unlock these extra traits. So that will be coming at a later date. I think it has it will probably arrive around the same time as Player vs Player Arena. So we'll be mentioning that towards the end of the month about our development plan for Q1. Okay, so those are the 6 different types of traits that you can get. And they all come in different qualities. Okay, so you have a quality of R. So the quality is R, the color is green, and you can see the different colors here. And it goes from low quality down to high quality. Okay, so the best thing all about these traits is we'll talk about upgrading on Tiny Kingdom in a little while. But of course, these traits will determine the stat boosts that your Tinymon will have. Okay, so let me go back to where I was and share my other screen. Perfect. Okay, so we have these traits here. Okay, so as you can see, this Tinymon has 2 blue traits, 3 green ones, and a purple one. Okay, so it's a half decent Tinymon. And of course, it has the stat increases as well. So you can see here that the first one, these stat increases are random, by the way. So it doesn't necessarily relate to what trait it is. So Starstruck doesn't mean you'll always get a HP boost. This is just completely random. And also the trait, the skill is different as well between the traits. So just because you have Starstruck doesn't mean you'll have a precise attack. But we'll get onto that a little bit further in the future, because that will come when Player vs Player Arena comes in terms of the skills. But what we're looking at currently is, these stat increases. So as you can see, I've been able to level up, this purple one, this blue one, and this stat increases in Tiny Kingdom have gone up quite a bit. And I'll show you that in more detail when we get into Tiny Kingdom. But yeah, essentially these stats will be added to your team's battle power. So it will increase your castles, or if you're using the Tinymons in the boss, then it will increase your boss score as well. So let's talk about genes. Okay, so as you can see, each Tinymon will have the detail of the genes. We have dominant genes, we have recessive, and then we have minor recessive. Okay, now this is to do with the breeding. So when you breed Tinymon, you have, as you can see here on the screen, for one parent, you have a 25% chance, or well, it's a 50% chance for one parent, but this is you need 2 parents to breed, of course. So you have the 25% chance to get the dominant gene, an 8% chance to get the recessive, and a 2% chance to get the minor recessive. And then you have a 15% chance to get a mutation. Okay, so, and that's the same with the other parent as well. So when you're breeding, you could potentially get a dominant gene from the mother, or a dominant gene from the father, recessive on each side, minor recessive on each side, and the mutation on each side. So it's quite important to have, obviously the dominant genes are the most likely to be passed on. So it's good to have great dominant genes, but it's also good to have good recessive genes. Minor recessive, it's very unlikely that you'll get the minor recessive genes. 2% chance per parent, I think it is. So, that's not the best but you do have a 15% chance of getting a mutation. 2 parents, 50%. So it's 50% for each parent, Monk. So, you know, the 25% dominant for each parent. So it's 50% in total. 15% mutation for each parent makes 30% total. 8% plus 8% is 16. 2% plus 2% is 4. Okay, so it's specific for each parent. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to the documents. If my computer will ever load. Sure. Okay, so we have, what did I want to, yes, so this is what I want to talk about. So we have the power quality. So as you can see from this table, if you have a Tinymon with all green parts or green traits, you know, the lowest power you will have currently is 4 times 8. So the lowest power available is 32. So each R trait will add between 8 and 10 power. Each unlocked SR trait will add between 16 and 24 power. Each unlocked SSR trait will add between 32 and 48 power. And SSR between 112 and 168 power. So that's why when you're checking the marketplace, you know, the Tinymon that have more power are the ones that have the better traits, because the traits determine how much power there is. Okay. Dominant and recessive genes. Okay, so as you can see in the table here, it's exactly the same table, but we have the mutation. So I do want to talk about the mutation because, like I say, it's one of the main things for having the Genesis Tinymon, is that you have a better chance with Genesis Tinymon for the better mutations. So gene mutations mean that, you know, if the mutation occurs, you have a percentage chance of getting that particular trait. And as you sort of go through the breed, you know, the number of breedings, you're allowed to breed each Tinymon 7 times. So once you get to the 7th breed, you're more likely anyway to get better traits from that Tinymon. And it has to be the 7th breed to unlock the UR trait, and that's a 5% chance for normal Tinymon. But for Genesis Tinymon, as you can see, it is a less chance to get the lower class traits, and there's a higher chance for you to get the higher tier traits, especially on that 7th breed, where you actually have a 10% chance, so double the chance to get a UR trait on any Genesis Tinymon. As I said, Tinymon evolution will come at a later date. You know, it will unlock the pores and the markings. Like I say, it's going to consume Tinymon. So I know some of you are concerned about whether there's, you know, a consumption mechanic for Tinymon. So that is it. Just checking the chat. Oh, how funny. Punish Orgo, take away his DTC. When player versus player arena, I'll quickly mention towards the end about player versus player arena and what you can sort of expect from that. Okay, so like I say, the breeding is probably the most complicated part of the Tinymon. You know, it's quite a complex mechanic, but I think, you know, I've sort of got my head around it. I think it's quite easy when you're using them and breeding them to sort of see how it works. I'm actually going to breed a Tinymon now for you guys and see if I get lucky. Usually, I don't have much luck with these kinds of things. So hopefully, guys, can you know, push me some good luck in the chat, because I'm going to breed a Tinymon. I'm looking for an SSSR trait, hopefully. I'm going to breed. I haven't even thought about this yet at all. Let's go for, I don't know, should we go for this red one? I'll let you guys decide, actually. Tell me which ones to breed. I've got, there's just a few that I can't, obviously. Anyone that says 1 out of 7, I can't breed. So maybe this red one, this blue one, this green one, black one. What do you guys want me to breed? Breed a blue one. I get a blue one. Shall I breed a blue one with a black one? Hey, listen, I'm not cruel. They love to work and they love to breed even more. Black one and blue one it is, guys. Right, cool. Let's go. So I'll breed this one, I think. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Hopefully I get lucky mutations. That would be really nice. And then I can select another Tinymon here. I think we'll go for this blue one here. I don't know. I've got so many with them star eyes. I don't want another one with them starry eyes, really. I'll go here instead. And wish me luck, guys. I'm going to make an egg. This is the worst part, actually. It takes ages for me to do transactions whenever I'm on stream. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at the chat. The bald luck is always with me. Yeah, it's battle against blue versus black. Who will win? Duraku, if black wins, then I need to do a forfeit, and if blue wins, you need to do a forfeit. Because I like the blue ones. Harperarchy. I hope you know the team are considering the naming of Tinymons. I think that's going to be really good because it personalizes it, and also you can have a bit of fun as well with it. So I think that will come in. But obviously, I think the main priority was getting them rolled out. We got plenty of time to add little mechanics to them. So I don't know if anyone's hatched any Tinymon. So this is the process. You just click the hatch button. It does take a while. It's taking longer for me because it takes long to do the transactions, but it does take a while anyway. What the prize is? Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. If I don't know, if black wins, then I have to do the ticket claims for all of tomorrow. If blue wins, then you have to do all the ticket claims for tomorrow. How's that sound? I don't need a good PC. I just need bloody better internet connection. It says your hatching is still being processed. This might take time. Thanks for your patience. It's not interesting. What, you want to bet money, do you? We'll have to do it another time, Duraku. It's been a bit on the fly right now. We'll do it another time. We'll have some kind of breeding competition. Discord Tiny Coin. I don't know. I'm not really using the Discord Tiny Coin. I think it would be a bit out of order if I was going to claim a load of crystals and mystery runes. Why you take so long? Right, what I do is usually I come out of it, and when you come back to your Tinymon screen and click on the egg, it usually speeds it up a little bit. Yeah, I've got no DTC as well. I don't think so anyway. I might have a little, like a couple of hundred or something from testing. Okay, this hatching is taking a long time. Let me just check my notes and see what we're going to talk about next. Cursed by the blue one. Okay. Cool. I know where we are. Oh, look, it's popped up. Very nice. Let me see about the stats. So what I found out is that when that happens, you need to come out and go back into it. So it's not actually too bad, actually. So I've managed to get two blue traits and 4 green ones. So obviously it's not the most amazing Tinymon. The stat boosts have defense, 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 and HP. So this Tinymon is a tank. And then luck and HP for the unlocked traits. Okay, so this one for me, I don't know if I will sell. I might sell it because it's not amazing. I don't really need the defense. Blue wins. It's a shame, Doraku. You could have been doing all of the ticket claims tomorrow, but never mind. We'll do a different bet another time. It looks all right as well, actually. It's a bit different to the other ones that I have, so I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, I'm starting to get too many blues, I think. I think I've got 6 blues now. Maybe even 7. No, 6. Yeah, it seems defense is decent. It's not, horrible. It all depends on what hero you're putting it on. Some of your heroes might need a bit more defense, so I don't know what to do with it. I might just put it in the farm, I guess. That way I can show you how the farm works. I'm sure most of you, if you've got time on, have already been putting it in the farm. But let me show you how this works. So you click on, and from this pool you can mine spirit rather than in the hero pool you mine tink or tiny coin. Here you get spirit. I was going to say I didn't know why that wasn't all loading up, but it's definitely loaded up. I'm going to quickly check the chat. Eddie, will all the body parts be used for player versus player or only the last 2? All of them will be used for player versus player arena. It's just that they won't be unlocked. You won't be able to unlock the last 2 until we release the evolution mechanic. Once we release the evolution mechanic, then of course the player versus player arena will be coming. I think the team mentioned that morale, there's a stat called morale, which is a new stat, and that is going to be like one of the most powerful stats for player versus player arena. Unfortunately, the boss or the team would not tell me any more about it. So that's all I know for now. I don't know what morale actually does. We can speculate if we want, but I think we can just wait until it's launched. Corday does love defense. I've got Corday in my team. We're going on Tiny Kingdom pretty shortly. But yeah, so the farming. So up here on the top left, here's where you can claim your spirit rewards. Okay. In the middle, you can notice the amount of total power in the pool. So currently there's 152,000 power staked to the pool. And the 10 that I have in farming currently add up to 499. Okay. And then over here we have spirit emission. Okay. So it tells you that for 100 power, you'll get 1,322 spirit per week. And the spirit emission for this week is 2,013,851 spirit. Now, you can see that this reward pool here, there's always 100 million spirit in the reward pool. But over the week, as people are using spirit for Tinymon breeding and, maybe not so much the hero power enhancement and energy replenishment, but some people are still using it, this will then fill up the spirit pool. Okay, so the spirit pool started at 100 million. 2% of that spirit was allocable, which where we get the just over 2 million spirit emission for this week. And then over the course of the week, the rewards pool will fill up. So hopefully we'll start seeing this figure climb over 100 million again. That way we know that, the spirit is being used and consumed a lot more. Anyway, if you want to add your Tinymon here, so if you don't have any Tinymon to the farm, it will be blank here. And it actually, I had to check myself for a minute because I was like, how do I add them to the pool? And then I remembered you have to press this change button at the top. Okay, So when you press on the change button, it brings you to the next screen. Now, all of the Tinymons that you have already in the pool will have this blue border around, and any that are not in the pool or in the farm, you can click on it. The blue border will come around it, and then you can click change at the bottom. Once you go through the transaction, do the transaction, it will be added to the farm. Your power will go up, and you'll farm a little bit more spirit each week. Whilst that's just loading the transaction, quickly check. Yeah, I know. I'm right at the end. I'll be going to the Discord channel, hashtag AMA questions section, and I'll answer those questions at the end. Don't you worry, I haven't forgotten about that. Okay, MetaMask. Seriously, he's still loading. So annoying. Yeah, claiming the spirit from the farm is very cheap. It's not too bad. Yes, just wait. Hurry up. If you claim, there is a cooldown to claim again. No, there isn't. You can claim whenever you like. But what I will say is obviously you have to pay gas fee for every claim. So it's better to just claim once a week or as and when you have enough for, you know, your breeding needs or whatever you're using spirit for. Oh, finally. Finally. Confirm. So annoying. I'll continue looking at chat. Yeah, I just need better Wi-Fi connection. Honestly, the last month or so, our Wi-Fi has just been, especially at sort of this time in the evening, it sort of gets just really bad. But, you know, my connection says it's, you know, strong and everything like that, but I'm sure it's the Wi-Fi. I'm streaming from a calculator. I'd probably get better results streaming from my phone, to be honest. But then I'd have to hold it there and be like, it would be all wavy and... Oh, it's finally gonna accept my transaction. Please. I think it's just about going through. So that has now gone through. Confirmed. Now, anyone watching this, you know, confirming transactions like this does not take as long as it seems. It's just literally because I'm streaming. When I'm streaming, the transactions take a lot longer. Great. Okay, so Tiny Farm. That is the Tinymon farm. Like I say, stake your Tinymon here. You can then claim your spirit. Okay. As I say, the pool should start to fill up, and there should be more emissions each week. As you know, as more people are breeding Tinymon, as more spirit is being consumed each week. So it's a really good tool for us to check, you know, whether spirit is being used, whether the emission needs to be changed, and things like this. But yeah, I think we've spoken about most of the on-chain stuff. So I think maybe we can head over to Tiny Kingdom. Does anyone have any questions about the stuff that I've showed them on chain with the Tinymons? More breeding, please. No, I'm not doing any more breeding. Not today. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying not to spend all my funds at once. It takes 10 seconds. Yeah, my transactions usually take 5. But yeah, as soon as I start streaming, they take 5 minutes instead. Okay, I'm going to load up Tiny Kingdom. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that because I think it's all pretty easy. But yes, let's load up Tiny Kingdom. Share screen. I'm not selling any of my Genesis Tinymon just because the breeding costs are very cheap. I don't mind selling the babies, but I'm not selling the Genesis moms. Okay, now whilst Tiny Kingdom loads up, like I say, has anyone got any questions regarding the stuff that I've just spoken about? You want me to gift it to you, Monk? Why is that not showing? It's probably because my kids are probably on the internet. Well, now it's just. What is going on? Right. Technical issues. I'm trying to share my Tiny Kingdom screen, but it just bugged out a little bit there. So let's try again. I'm not bald, look. I got hair. Oh, I'm getting so frustrated. Hopefully, it will let me load up Tiny Kingdom. Right. Sharing screen. Will you let me share it with the stream? Who wants to win the hat? Right, finally. Oh, doing my head in. It's finally appeared on my. I'm having real problems with this, guys. My streaming software has just gone to mush. Oh. Right. Woohoo! Finally. Right, let me go full screen. Okay, so Tiny Kingdom. Let's talk about the Tinymons in Tiny Kingdom. So firstly, you come across to the NFT tab and you can click on your Tinymons here. I can zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, you can click on the Tinymon here and you can check the parts or the traits. Here you have energy. So energy is basically like durability with our equipment. After 20 battles, you'll need to replenish the whole energy. You can actually obviously replenish the energy anytime. But if the energy goes down to 0, then all of these stat boosts will be removed from your team. So it will either reduce your castles or reduce your damage output in boss if you have the Tinymon on your boss. Okay, so I did want to show you how this upgrading works. We have updated the white paper with a bit more detailed information about how much increments increase you will get on each stat for each different kind of trait. For example, I think R traits or green traits, they will go up plus 13 if they're attack, defense, and HP. If they're luck and morale, then they will go up 9 per upgrade. But you can find that all on the white paper. But because I'm having such problems trying to share my screens, I'm not going to share that with you right now. But I'm sure you all know where the white paper is and what to look for. What do I want to do with all these horns? I was kind of holding on to them because I have a death bow. And I kind of have enough to make another upgrade for that. But I don't know if it's worth it at the moment to upgrade equipment or to just upgrade my Tinymon stats. So, for example, I'm just going to put this purple crystal here. Actually, I'm not going to do it on the attack. I'm going to do it on the HP. Am I? Yeah. So I have a purple trait here. And I want to level it up. So I'm going to add this purple obsidian, I think it is. I add the obsidian on, click devour, and it will increase my experience by 100. Excuse me. It will increase my experience by 100. And then I can click on here. Once you filled the experience bar, you can click on level up. And it costs you crystals to do the level up. So 300 crystals. And you will see that my HP will go up plus 66 from this increase. So, this is really good. I should have checked exactly how many castles I had so I can show the increase the castles. So go back to campaign. I currently have 4,860 castles. And then if I come back to the NFT and upgrade this trait, what was it? 4,860 it was before. I spend the 330 crystals to level up. And then I can come back and check my castles. And it's gone up to 4,880. So that's given me 20 extra castles per little level up there, which is really powerful. Like I say, I've gone from about, 4,200, I think we were, Mithril. I think we were 4,200, 4,300, and now I'm close to 4,900 castles, just from upgrading a few traits on the Tinymon. So really, really powerful, especially if you get the purple or orange traits. It's really powerful to upgrade them, but remember it will cost lots of materials to fill the experience bar, and it will cost more crystals to do each upgrade. Perfect. Let's just check the chat. Yeah, I've been using, I think most of my equipment have the volcano stone in it, so I get through them quite a lot. Yeah, purple material as food. Is level up permanent? Yeah, the level up is permanent. So once you've leveled up a trait, it can't be undone. So be careful which ones you want to level up. I will retreat my run in a minute. Yeah, 4.2k we were, weren't we? So yeah, it's increased my castles for having these Tinymon and doing the small upgrades that I've done to them. It's increased my castles by about 600. which is about 15%, which is a lot. It's, you know, to get that sort of castle increase from your equipment, you're going to have to I would have to level these up quite a lot, and it would cost quite a lot. So I think it's quite cost effective to, you know, get the Tinymon, level up their stats, and use them in the battle as well. So if you're hitting a bit of a wall with your equipment and you're thinking, oh, I don't particularly want to spend any more to move up to the next grade, or I don't particularly, you know, I've got all level 10 and they're all maxed out, then Tinymon is probably the most cost-effective way for you to improve your castle score or to improve your boss damage score. Why does Romulus have blue hair at the NFT pages? Yeah, I think he dyed it. I'm not sure. I'll get an orange material. All right. If I get an orange material, then I'll eat the hat. How's that? Let's go. Let's click retreat. Look at that. See? Where's my orange? Where's my orange? I got 2 greens. That's it. Leaving the game. Never playing again. Yeah, it's good I got a beetle. It's good I got a beetle. Do you know what I do with these? I just melt them. I don't need them. Useless. Bye-bye. Yeah, I got wrecked completely. To be fair, I've been getting some really, really good drops recently. I think I had 6 purples out of 8 runs. But I've been using them for food for my Tinymon. Oopsie. Okay, cool. Let me just quickly, I think the quest is on still, isn't it? I've got to try the quest, haven't I? Last time on stream, I one-shot it, so. Oh, bad luck. What a shame. When do I retreat? When they all die? To be fair, I usually retreat when core days last a bit longer than the rest. So once the first 2 are dead, I usually then retreat. The only reason I've got it set up how it is so far is because, well, I'd say it maximizes my my castles, or you know, makes my, yeah, it sort of maximizes my castles, but gives a bit of balance in the team. I could put my purple Tinymon onto core day because it's my best hero in terms of equipment and stuff, but then that would take even longer to die. So it would actually, I'd have to wait a hell of a lot longer before I can retreat. Currently, I retreat about once every 12 hours. So I get 2 runs a day. And yeah, that's the worst pulls for materials. That's the worst material drops I've had for weeks, to be honest. A beetle is a tier 3 green, to be honest. But yeah, I don't need tier 3 greens at all. It's not really something that I'm looking for, apart from fire pearl and dark steel, just to make the cat's eye amulets. Other than that, greens are pretty useless to me. Cool. So that's obviously what your Tinymon can do. If you want to add your Tinymon onto your hero, you click on your hero on the campaign screen, and you can change your Tinymon here from any that you have in your inventory. You can also add it to your boss team as well in very much the same way. So you just click on the boss, click on your team, the person that you have in the boss, and then you can click on adding the Tinymon. So some people are focusing more on putting their strong Tinymon in the boss, and some are putting it in the castles. But, you know, I would suggest that mix it between the both. If you have 6 Tinymon, it's better to just have a Tinymon with your hero. It's going to increase your stats a lot. Beetle drops from my core day. Thanks. I don't know who dropped my beetle, but if they drop another beetle, then maybe I might sack one of them and get a different hero. Beetle is tier 4 green. You mean it's like tier 0? Yes, I've got quite a few blues. In all honesty, at my castle strength, I'll just pop it up on the screen there for you guys. You'd expect to pull mainly blues at this castle strength. It's super unlikely that I get 2 greens in a run like I just did. Most often I'll get 3 blues. Sometimes I'll get 2 blues and 1 green. Sometimes I get 2 blues and 1 purple. But the majority of the time it's blues. So yeah, I like to stack them up. I'm like I say, I've got these giant's horns. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know if I'm going to make them into a bow. I don't know if I'm going to burn them and feed them to my pets. I haven't decided yet. Haven't decided. Yeah, too many horns. But like I say, like I need. What do I need here? Oh, great. I need 6 of them for the death bow anyway. So I kind of have 2 to play with. But yeah, I mean, even like I say, at this castle strength, a lot of the blues that I get as well are the top tier blues. It's not even just like the lower tier blues like condor wings or anaconda skins. It's actually, I get quite a lot of meteorites and elves embroidery and stuff like that, the higher quality ones. Yeah, I've been luckier when I stream on Binance rather than on YouTube. How long is UR usually run? UR, I don't know. You'd have to ask Q Rooker, but I would guess that, these UR heroes, they'll still be battling after a day. They'll still be alive and kicking after one day. Want to see my wallet? I'll show you my wallet. No problems. There you go. There's not much there. I've taken all my spirit out for breeding. I think I took quite a bit of tiny coin out as well. I did a load of summoning, so I think I did like 80 summons the other day. I got 1 SSR. I got maybe like 6 SRs, and then the rest were R and Ns. Awful. Yeah, 0 BUSD is fine. It's plenty. I think I withdrew some earlier. But yeah, so that's Tinymon in Tiny Kingdom. Like I say, there will be a player versus player arena that will come to Tiny Kingdom in the future. So let me just come off of that. So yeah, in future there will be a player versus player arena. Okay, and Tinymon are going to be super useful here for you. Not only will they increase the stats, but they will also have the skills from their traits. Okay, these skills are going to, massively increase the sort of strategy in the player versus player battles. It means that if you have really good skills, you're going to be more likely to knock out opponents that are stronger than you. So you can get higher up the ladder. And there'll be leaderboard rewards as well for Tinycoin for the player versus player arena. So looking forward to that. It's going to come in Q1. We're going to be releasing sort of a Q1 development plan pretty soon. I've mentioned to the team, we need to keep the community informed a little bit more about, what's coming. So hopefully going forward, we're going to be doing like a quarterly development update, which will sort of detail what we're planning for that quarter, what you guys can expect, what sort of time frames you can expect and stuff, just so you guys can keep more in the loop. But yeah, in terms of the actual player versus player arena mechanics, I haven't been confirmed that exactly how it's going to work. But as soon as I have confirmation, you guys will be the first to know. But I don't want to drain the hype out of it. I think it's best to just know that is coming sometime in Q1, likely the end of January, beginning of February. But yeah, we'll wait for official announcement, official confirmation, and everything like that. I'll be interested to see what the elements do as well for the Tinymon, because it hasn't really been too clear about what the elements will do. There may well be some kind of weakness and strength against certain other Tinymon of different elements. That would be my guess. But yeah, let's wait and see exactly how it will work. I'm sort of guessing light and dark match up against each other, fire and water grass and electric. That sort of seems like it to me. Yeah, water will be super powerful. That's why I'm stacking the water Tinymons. It's all about water. Okay, what else did I want to talk to you about, guys? So we got the Q1 development update will be coming soon. Events. So obviously, guys, I just wanted to explain a little bit about the events that we have going on. Let me just grab my Medium. So we've got two events currently, and then one coming. So Monk, you'll be really happy to know that the Quest Carnival is coming next week. I know you like a nice little Quest Carnival, so that's good. And then we have the Tinymon event currently on. I'm just going to share my screen and get the Medium page up for you, because I noticed some people are a little bit confused as to how it will work. So let's get on there. This one. Water isn't for drinking only. That's coffee. Water you can throw at people. You can freeze it into ice. You can, boil it and make steam. So many different uses for water. What can you do with darkness? Nothing. You can't do anything with it. Tinymon event. Here we are. So, the rules. So by the end of the deadline, so day before Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, guys. So in 1 week from today, all players, all Tinymon will basically be checked by the team, and all of their traits will be checked by the team. Okay. So basically there's a 5,000 Binance US dollar prize pool and 1 million spirit prize pool. Okay. If you're super duper lucky and you get a really strong Tinymon with 2 SSSR, so 2 orange and 1 purple trait and above, okay? So this says for any parts, so I think it means for the locked parts as well. You need a minimum of 2 orange and 1 purple traits. The other 3 can be anything, it doesn't matter. Or you could have 3 orange traits, that would be enough to share rewards of 3,200 Binance US dollars. I wouldn't expect there's going to be loads of these. So if you are lucky enough to own one of these and get involved with this part of the giveaway, then you'll probably earn a decent amount, $50, $100, something like this. The second one, if you get body parts quality with 2 SSSR purple and 1 SR blue and above, then you'll share rewards of 1,800 BUSD. I think Duraku's already got one of these. So this is going to be a little bit more likely to happen. So, the prizes that will be distributed from this portion will be slightly less, but nonetheless, Binance US dollars for owning a Tinymon anyway, it is pretty good. And then if you have 3 blue or above, then you'll share the rewards of 1 million spirit. So even if you have 2 purples and the rest are greens, you're not going to join any of these, okay? If you have 3 blues and 3 greens, then you'll join the spirit part. If you have 3 blues and 3 oranges, you're going to be enrolled into this part, okay? Because 3 oranges would meet. So, and it works not just for Genesis Tinymon, but for normal Tinymon as well. So make sure that you're breeding before the deadline. There's, if you are in cooldown, there's still over 7 days left. So you will get another chance to breed Tinymon, and you can on this and get rewarded in Binance US dollars or spirit. There is a skill named Polkadot. What would we be able to do with that? So yeah, it's the trait is Polkadot, so it's to do with the markings on the Tinymon. The Polkadot trait will then have, it will be a certain trait, whether it will be an R or an SR or an SSSR, and then that will have its, a random stat boost to it, and it will have a random skill attached to it as well. The skills will, everything about the skills will be released at a later date, just because there's no point to release the skill information now when the player versus player arena isn't released yet. It's sort of like dangling a carrot, isn't it? But yeah, once we have an official announcement, then you guys will be the first to know about the skills. I've given some examples before in the Emperor clan, so you can check them out. The other event that we got currently, I think Sapphire, Hyper Sapphire, you already managed to get an apple. So if you get apple or gingerbread materials, you can feed these, and this will gain more experience for their body parts. So if you're lucky enough to get one of these, you can feed it to your Tinymon. You can be really nice to them and feed them actual food rather than metal, bones, and gems. And that'd be really nice. And then, yes, like I say, for Mr. Monk, we have the Crest Carnival. I know it's your favorite thing. 5,000 Binance US dollars and 2 million spirit as well. Okay, so it's not just going to be for Binance US dollars. There's going to be spirit rewards as well for this Crest Carnival. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to that too. We love a Christmas event. I mean, we love any event really, but especially around the holiday seasons. We had one for Halloween, then we've had the World Cup events, and now we've got Christmas as well. So this should take us nicely into 2023. I think the last thing that I wanted to do was just to, I think most people here in the chat know about our Discord and what we're sort of set up recently. Thank you to Duraku for setting up the Tiny Tavern. Just wanted to go over there and just show you guys a little bit about it. Duraku, can you send me 1,000 Discord Tiny coin, please, so I can show it off? That would be perfect. And remember, guys, if you can just put your Discord username into the chat for me, we'll send you 500 Discord Tiny coin. Yeah, 1,000 for me, please. I'm just going to do a little demo of it, so it's here on YouTube for people that watch at a later date. Thanks for being patient as well, guys, with the stream. I know it's been quite slow. I do apologise. I'm going to have to sort my stream set up. Does anyone like my Christmas jumper, by the way? Penguins are my favourite animal. 5k? I wish when I asked for £100 out of the cash machine, it would say, here you go, here's 5,000. That'd be great. You thought Newton drop it. I just realised what you said that there, Hyper. Oh dear. Cool. Let's go over to Tiny Tavern. So here is our Discord. You can find it on our white paper. You can find it on our Twitter. You can find it in our Telegram. You can find it anywhere. I mean, I can even put a link in chat if anyone would like a direct link to our Discord from the chat. This is taking ages. Right. Where am I going? I'm going to the tavern. Okay, so why will you not load up? Why so slow? Just waiting, just waiting. Right, perfect. Okay, so guys, when you've got Discord Tiny Coin, I'll show you how you can get some each day and every few hours as well. But you can play games to increase the amount of Discord Tiny Coin that you have. just by entering commands in the tavern. Okay, so we have rock, paper, scissors. We have Russian roulette. We also have a couple of other games. So let's do the Russian roulette because this is always a fun one. I'm going to bet 100 Discord tiny coins. And I lose 100 Discord tiny coins. Oh my God, Russian roulette is not good to me. We have other games as well, like I say, like rock, paper, scissors, all very simple. All you need to do is bet the amount, and our little tiny officer bot will then come back to you and ask you to choose rock, paper, or scissors. I'm going to go paper, and of course the computer will go scissors, and I will die and lose my Discord tiny coin. Just don't gamble, guys. Just don't gamble. What else do we have? We've got dice. Surely the dice are not going to kill me. Let's go 200 Discord tiny coin now. I got a 4 and a 1. Not good. Lose again. Who wants to go with me to the casino? Last one. Guess the number. So there's 4 different games that you can play, okay? Rock, paper, scissors, Russian roulette, dice, and guess the number. All you need to do is type in the command, and our bot will sort it all out for you. What? That Sapphire is just winning all of our Discord tiny coin. We filled it all up for you, mate. Guess. That's what I want to do. 200. What? I think mine's disappeared up here somewhere. I don't know what's happened. Duraki, there's something wrong with your casino, mate. I did guess the number and it never let me do any guesses. And it's taken my 200 Discord tiny coin. We got a command for richest now. That's great. So yeah, like I say, guys, the whole point of this is not just to have fun, but we've implemented this just so that we can give you guys a way to, link your gameplay and our community. So that Hyper Sapphire here has 22,000 Discord tiny coin. Now, your Discord tiny coin can be exchanged into, assets for Tiny World and for our community. So basically, there's 4 different items that you can buy from the bazaar. I don't know if I have enough to do any of them. But essentially, all you need to do is put in the command into the bazaar. And eventually it will start loading up. And you can click buy. Okay, so /buy command. And then we have different items that you can get. So you can get XP chat for Discord. So to get experienced chat, it can help you increase your community roles. We have different roles such as gladiator, tiny gladiators, tiny apprentices, tiny masters, tiny gods, I think, as well. The higher up the roles you get, we've got some kind of incentive for special events where you can claim a multiplier on those rewards. It's only for special events. It's not just for general events or anything like that. And we'll always mention when your roles will receive a multiplier. So yeah, experienced chat is always good. You can exchange 2,000 Discord tiny coin for 2,000 crystals, or 10,000 Discord tiny coin for 10,000 crystals. Okay, and mystery rune you can claim once. Okay, now the great thing is currently we've got an event going until the end of the year where you can claim twice the amount if you collect our event items from the shop. Okay, so you need to collect the Christmas tree, the snowman, and the gift box. Okay, so I can just type in gift box here and try and buy one of these. And press enter. So once you have collected all of the seasonal items, you'll be able to make double the claims from your Discord Tiny Coin. So instead of claiming 10,000 crystals for your 10,000 tiny Discord Tiny Coin, you'll be able to claim your 20,000 crystals instead. Okay, so it's really, really good. It's a really good way for you guys to, you know, come and be active in the community and get rewarded for it. We have put limits on the amount of claims that can be done each month because, of course, we don't just want to throw assets away. You know, it has to be reasonable. It can change in the future. We're also going to implement something at the end of each month where everything gets reset. So, you know, before the end of the month, it's always good to spend any Discord Tiny Coin that you have, claim some rewards. We'll make an official announcement about it next week once we've worked out exactly how we're going to run it. And then all you need to do is to, once you've actually purchased from the shop, you need to then make a claim. Okay, so you just need to make a claim ticket. Once you've made a claim ticket, then we will sort it out on our end. Okay, so it's very, very simple. It's a very fun little thing for you guys to do. And, you know, when we were talking to you guys about crystals and things like that, and you wanted an extra way to earn crystals, this is your extra way for you to earn crystals. Okay, so as I say, I think most of you guys have popped your names into the chat to get your free Discord Tiny Coin. Come and give it a go. But yeah, I think that's about it from me today. I'm going to head off. Is there any last questions? Oh no, I need to go hashtag AMA before I go. Lucky I remembered that. Got to answer the questions in here. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, sorry guys for the absolute long loading times. Super Psycho, I read that earlier. It makes me laugh so much. I will speak with the team about that, Super Psycho. Hypermithril, is there a way to lend pet plan soon? Okay, right. So the team are working on an NFT lending feature. It's not here yet, but you know, all of our NFTs, we would like, you know, the Tinymon and the Tiny Hero NFTs, you know, expect to launch a lending feature. It's not coming, you know, immediately. It's still in development, but it should come at some point in 2023. I know that obviously gives a long range, but you know, at the end of the day, we're working on it. It's something that, you know, we could easily just get a third party, you know, and use their lending protocol. The problem is the team want to develop something that is unique and something that is, you know, very, very strong for our economy, because our economy is quite complex. So yes, the short answer is yes, we do hope to be able to lend pets, but also tiny heroes as well. Duraku, any estimation for player versus player release? Q1. If I was to guess, which I don't like to do, but it's Q1, but I would say beginning of February, around that sort of time is looking likely. But again, please wait until the end of December. We're going to give a Q1 development plan, which will give more specific details on that. Because like I said, I don't want to just throw out any date for you guys and then it get to that date and we're sitting there like, oh, where is it? Where is it? It's not been decided yet when the release date is, but once we get closer to it, you guys will know. And yeah, we'll give you all the information you need. Where can we get a table for levels and feeding requiring to level up? Give me 1 second. Let me just copy this. Actually, I think I took a screenshot earlier. Let me just reply that to you. I'm pretty sure I got a screenshot. Pardon me. Excuse me. It's actually easier just to give you the link. I think it's going to be here in Kingdom part. Cool. Yeah, perfect. Here you go, Johnny. You can check that that page there that I've just shared in the AMA question section. Just beat Duraku to it. Thank you. If you go there, then we've got the table for the amount of crystals, the amount of like needed for each level up, the amount of experience that's needed, the amount of experience that each material class of material gives you, and the amount of stat increases per trait. So that will give you all the information there. Can we breed pets that are cousins? What do you mean cousins? Like, it's too confusing. That you cannot breed siblings, or you cannot breed like parents with their sons and daughters. Cousins. What is your cousin? My cousin is like my sister's children. No, I don't see it. I don't know. It's too much. I'm not very good with family trees. Cousins. Is that actually going to be a problem? You're going to have a sister. I have to get confirmation on that, because you cannot breed obviously sister and brother, but whether you can breed the sister's son with or whatever, too complicated for me. Way too much. But I think it's just parents cannot breed with their children, and brothers and sisters cannot breed. I don't think there's a problem if the brother or sister has a child and then you breed with that. It all depends about whether you're sharing the same parents. I guess, I don't know, it's too complicated. It will basically, if your parents are the same, then you won't be able to breed. If you share a parent, you won't be able to breed. And if you're brother and sister, which means you'll share the parent, you won't be able to breed, and then you won't be able to breed with your mother or father. That's it. I don't think there's anything with cousins or anything like that, or second cousins, third cousins, twice removed, etc. Hi, Oliver. Thanks for coming to the live stream. We're nearly finished, by the way. Any lending pets planned in future? I think I answered that already. AMA YouTube finished. Not quite. I'm literally just finishing these questions and then I'll be off. Aluca de Rosas. For the player versus player, will I need another team of 3 pets and 3 heroes? I've been told no. Okay. So you won't need another team. I think there was some confusion around this a couple of days ago about like boss pets not being able to be moved and stuff. For the player versus player, I've been told that you will not need an extra team of heroes and you will not need an extra team of pets. Okay, I think you will use the same heroes and Tinymon that are in the campaign. Yeah, I think when we start talking cousins and things like that, it gets very confusing. All you need to know is if the 2 Tinymon you're looking to breed share parents at all, it's not going to work because they're going to be brother and sister. And then if you try and breed them with their mum or dad or with their sons or daughters, it's not going to work. But a cousin would be like a bit more of a distant relative. I think it would probably be okay. I mean, I need to kind of look at it and think about it, but I'm done for today. So thanks everyone for joining. Like I said, I need to get my stream set up a little bit better for future, but it's gone okay. We haven't many technical hiccups, just a bit slow. So yeah, obviously it's Christmas Eve tomorrow and it is Christmas on Sunday. So I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great festive period. I won't be online or active too much over the weekend. I will be a little bit, but nothing crazy because I've got to spend some time with my family. The last 3 weeks, I've barely seen them. So yeah, thanks for joining in. And we'll see you in the next AMA, which will be all about player versus player arena. And you know, the extra mechanics that will come with the Tinymon as well, such as the evolution elements and things like that. So that will likely be some point in January or maybe in February. I'll be in discussion with you guys in Discord regarding, you know, potential smaller AMAs that we can do. We can still do voice AMAs and stuff like that when there's small updates, but you know, there won't be anything as large as they were previously. So yeah, thanks for joining in, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, I'll be around in Discord tonight for a little bit. So yeah, thanks for joining. See you later. Keep it tiny.